right, so in your notes packet, this is the second day of notes for Chapter 3. It says 3.3 at the top of the notes. This is solving equations that have more than one step. We are actually going to do this for the next 2 days. That's why it says day 1. All right, so here is the first one. Go ahead and write this down. So when you solve equations that have more than one step, you have to follow the order of operations in reverse. So normally we would multiply and divide, then add and subtract. We do it in reverse. So we have to undo the adding and subtracting first, then we undo the multiplying and dividing. So the first step here, this is usually where you'd see some people put that line of equality. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. If that helps you to draw that in, go for it. If you don't need that anymore, don't, okay? But the first thing we want to do is get rid of the adding 3, so we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So that's going to leave me with 5x on the left. The 3's are gone. On the right, I'll have 20. And then get rid of the multiplying by 5 by dividing by 5. And I get that x equals 4. Raise your hand if you have a question on this one. All right, let's continue. So this is n divided by 3 minus 8 equals negative 2. Again, you might want to find your equal sign, draw the line of equality. And then do we want to get rid of dividing first or subtracting? And how do I get rid of subtracting? Add. So I want to add 8 to both sides. Excuse me, n divided by 3 equals negative 2 plus 8 is positive 6. Now I got to get rid of that dividing by 3, so what am I going to do? Multiply by 3. Good. I heard someone say the reciprocal. If you want to think of that as 1/3 and then flip it to get 3 over 1, you should still end up with n equals 18. Any questions? All right, this is where it starts to get a little tricky because I literally just got done saying you get rid of adding and subtracting, then you get rid of multiplying and dividing. This is the oddball, okay? And I like to call these bodyguard problems because you cannot get up to the top of this fraction until you get through the bodyguard on the bottom, all right? I like to think of these as like two celebrities, like in a hotel. Where's the nicest room in the hotel?
The top.
On the top. So these two are like up in the penthouse, right? They're up top. They're together. You can't touch them right now. They're untouchable. They're way up top. And then the negative 6 is like the bodyguard in front of the elevator. Like you're not getting up to that penthouse until you get through that bodyguard, okay? So when you hear me say bodyguard problems, this is what I'm referring to. It's something that's blocking your access to the penthouse, okay? Here's where we want to be. We want to be up here with the variable and all of his friends. But you got to get through the bodyguard first. So how am I going to get rid of dividing by negative 6?
Multiply by negative 6?
Yeah, we want to multiply both sides by negative 6. Now, we have calculators. It's the fun part of Chapter 3, right? Yep. So you don't have to do 6 times 14 off to the side. You can just type it in.
6 plus 14, right?
Negative 6 times negative 14. 84, and it's positive because it was a negative times a negative. Now, on the right side, the only thing that goes away is the dividing by negative 6, okay? We don't have to, like, distribute this to the top or do any silly stuff like that. These two are gone. That was the whole point. all you're left with is what was up top. Okay, now you're up in the penthouse. And then what? Yeah, subtract 12 from both sides. And you will get 72. Equals S, or S equals 72. All right, so 3/4 times X minus 7 equals 8. Any ideas?
Add 7.
Add 7 to both sides. Good. All right, what comes next?
Multiply by the reciprocal.
Yep, so I have to multiply by 4/3. And then those are gone. I have the X equals 20?
20 over 1. 20.
Good. So you could do 15 times 4, that's 60, and 60 divided by 3 is 20. Or you could just type it in the calculator and not really worry about what's going on. Or you can simplify as you go. As long as you end up with X equals 20, I don't really care how you'd handle the fractions.
How do you make a negative number on the calculator?
The negative button right under the 3.
Oh. I didn't see that.
All right, here's E. All right, so the first thing you want to take care of here is the parentheses. So to get rid of these parentheses, I need to distribute the 6. So I'm going to have 6m minus 18 plus 5m equals 4. Everybody's still with me. Good. We have like terms on the same side of the equal sign. When they're on the same side of the equal sign, you just combine them like normal. So 6m plus 5m gives me 11m minus 18 equals 4. Add 18 to both sides.
2. Good job, Oracle.
Very good. Any questions?
That was an easy one.
Are we good?
Yep.
All right. Here's the next one. All right, I'm going to distribute. The 5x up front, nothing happens to. What would I get after I distribute the 5?
25x.
Just 20x, right? Minus 5 equals 20. Now I get 25x. I know, you got to be on the same step as me, though. Oh, do you guys like this line? Some people like it.
No.
It's up to you. If you like it, do it. If not, I'm not going to take points off or anything. All right, what do I do from here?
Add 5 to both sides.
Yep, I got to undo the subtracting 5, so I add 5.
X equals 1.
1. X equals
1.
What are your questions?
That's pi.
All right, here's the next one. Oh, this is going to be a hard one.
Bodyguard.
Yep, this is a bodyguard problem. You can tell because the whole left side, it's like up in a party, up in the penthouse, being guarded by that 11. So yes, I'm going to give everyone a second to write. I feel like we're rushing everybody a bit. So yes, you got to get through that bodyguard. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 11.
33.
Those are gone. I have 7 minus 2x equals 33.
Plus 7. I mean minus 7.
Yeah, that 7 is positive. That's another spot where I would definitely see mistakes here. We have to subtract that 7 to make it go away. All right, or to turn it into a 0. That's the ultimate goal. This is going to be negative 2x equals 26.
Over negative 1.
And then divide by negative 2. Don't drop that negative either. That's another spot where I know I'd see some issues. So your answer is negative 13. This is probably one where I would actually recommend plugging it back in. Anytime I do a lot of like back and forth with my signs, or I do something that just kind of makes me stop and say like, I don't know if I did that right. Plug it back in. And see if it works. So here we would multiply first, right? That'd be 20
Negative. No, positive.
minus
26.
a negative 26, so plus 26. What's 7 plus 26? 30.
1. Wait, 3?
33, right? And 33 divided by 11, is that 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so that took me, what, like 20 seconds? And now I know for 1,000% sure my answer is correct.
You might have did your math wrong.
I might have done my math wrong. So maybe I'm not 1,000%. Maybe I'm like 98% sure. But either way, if you feel like you've done some stuff that you're questioning, I would definitely stop, plug it in, and check. You can plug all of these in to check. I just usually only do it when I'm a little unsure. Questions? All right, here's the next one. Ooh, we got some like terms on both sides of the equal sign. Yes, you can. So what is 7 minus 28?
Negative 21.
Negative 21. Equals, what is 7? Wow. Yeah, I just said the answer. I'm sorry. I said, what is 7? I'm like, wait, never mind. It's 7. All right. Now.
Divided by 7.
Very good. What is negative 21 divided by positive 7? Very good. And that's going to equal x, or x equals negative 3.
I got it right.
Excuse me.
Backside candy. How many?
Yep, there's some word problems we got to tackle. All right. Shh. Let's just do it. 280 students play a sport at West. This represents 1/5 of the students that attend West. How many students attend West? So what do you want to make our variable?
W.
W represents the number of students. Yep. So the number of students at West is our W. Anytime you see of, it's a good indicator that you're multiplying, okay? So 1/5 of W does what? Yeah, equals 280. Plays a sport, right? Yeah, you want to multiply it by the reciprocal here, which is 5/1. What is it?
1,400. I just said 1,400.
There we go.
Is that how many students are there?
I don't think this is accurate.
That's nowhere near accurate.
There's 600 freshmen.
Hold on.
It's 600 freshmen.
Yeah, this is just a made-up number.
Oh,
There's no way that's
Yep.
little.
And just so you know, we use the same slides every year. So even if this once was true, this was probably written like 4 years ago. So. But no, there's been over 200 since I've been here. So Yeah. Nope. Not. Just made up.
That's my egg.
All right. Any questions?
Negative 8 times a number.
All right. Next. Negative 8 times a number is 56. Find the number. So first we have to define the variable. N is our number, right? So what equation should I write?
Negative 8 and equals 56.
Equals 56.
Okay.
Over negative 8. Let's see.
Yep, careful with your signs. Very good.
Bless you.
All right, here's example 4. If a number is decreased by negative 5, the result is 1. All right, I'm going with N again. If a number is decreased by negative 5, the result is negative 1. Clean up your double signs. So N plus 5 equals negative 1. What's N?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. Very good. Questions? All right. Example 5. Belleville West has 4 times as many overhead projectors as televisions. If the school has 108 overhead projectors, how many televisions does it have? Okay. I'm going to actually use 2 variables here. So I'm going to use T for the number of televisions and P for the number of projectors. Four times as many overhead projectors as televisions. So are there more projectors or more televisions? More projectors. So if you wanted to write an equation, it'd be 4 times what? T equals P.
Equals 100.
Just because you have more projectors, okay? If you start with TVs, you have to multiply it by 4 to equal the number of projectors. Everybody still with me? Now, which one do we know right now? 108. Is that T or P? P. So now 4T equals 108. I took the P out. I put 108 in. Substitution property. All right, now what?
Divide by 4 on both sides.
Okay.
27.
Televisions. Good. And then I would always double check on this one. Does that make sense? If you had 108 and 27, is that 4 times more? Yeah, it does work out.
We got more.
Any questions?
Bye-bye calculator.
All right, here is our summary for today.
What did we learn?
So what did we learn about today?
Word
Solving
problem.
using more than one operation.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to put 2-step equations. Most of them had 2 steps. All right, if you still have any questions, let me know. You can write yourself a sample test question at the bottom, and I will pass out your homework.